This is an update on an earlier video we made about getting started with OpenCPN. They have a new version has come out, and the instructions for getting started are just enough different to make it confusing. And so we're going to start over again and make this one introductory video that has just these points here. We're going to download and install it and add our training chart. So the place to start, and I'll come back to that list. The place to start is the sort of this reference page for our textbook, starpath.com/navbook, and then here's where you download the program, and then you just click here or here. They're both links, and we click that. Let's see, what's that do? Does it do anything? Oh no, that takes us to the web page. Okay, we go to their web page, then we go to the download section, and then we go to the open latest version and open version, and then we want, I'm doing the Windows. The Mac's pretty much the same, if anything easier because of the way it handles compressed files when you start doing the chart. Okay, so Windows, I download it. Now, when I click that, then you're going to say download this, and then it's going to download this file. And I did it. I stopped because it took 5 minutes. It took me 5 minutes to do this on a pretty good connection, but anyway, 5 minutes. And then there's the file. Comes down here in my downloads. I think it's in the downloads. And so then I'm just going to say open the file and see what happens. Again, this is not okay. It's not choreographed. I'm trying to see what you might see when you're starting from scratch with the Windows. Okay, do you want to allow this to do it? Yes, we do. And say yes. All right, and then it's spinning its wheels. There. I hope this doesn't take too long. I don't know why it's taking that long already. Open, that's a download. Okay. I don't see it doing anything. Okay, I'm going to go to my downloads folder. I'm hitting this downloads. Go to the downloads, and here's the setup file here in the downloads, and now I'm just going to run that and say yes. This installer is already running. Okay. Wow, what a pain. Oh, okay, it's buried in the back here. Okay, so that's interesting. Keep that in mind. It's in the back underneath this. It doesn't come forward. Okay, so you say okay, and then say okay again, and all these defaults are perfectly okay. That's where it should go, and all of this is okay. All of that's okay, no problem. Everything is standard there, so just go ahead and say okay to everything. And then let's see, let's install that. Okay, finished. Oh, okay, it opens it. Opens it, distribute, and hope it helps you, and it will. And we don't hold them at fault for anything. And then that's just still spinning its wheels. Okay, so there's the program. Now I'm on a virtual machine in a Mac, so things are not maybe as smooth as they would be. Okay, so the program's installed, and so let me just close it for now, and we don't need this browser anymore for now. And then I want to go back here. Let me just see, I go to here's the downloads folder, and what I did, here's an empty place called charts. And what I did here was just and we don't need this anymore. By the way, you can get rid of that. That's 44 megabytes. Go ahead and delete that. You don't need that. But in the downloads folder, I made a folder called charts, and you can just right click and say new and folder and give it a name, right? And then I gave it a name charts. And we're going to just put our charts in there. it's in the downloads, but you can put it anywhere you want. But it's valuable to choose a place where you're going to put your charts and put all charts there. It'll make life simpler. Okay, so now we're ready to go, and let's run the program. So here's the program icon up here, and I'm going to double click it, and that starts it. Now that shows up down here in the taskbar. So I'm going to go to the taskbar and right click the taskbar and say pin to taskbar. Okay, so then it's there, fine, that's good. And then I can go and later delete this off of here, delete that thing, because I don't need that delete. I don't need that shortcut up there if I've got it down here. Okay, so there's the chart, and now I'm rolling the mouse forward. That's zooming it in, and I'm rolling the mouse out. So here's the area of our chart. Let me expand this a little bit. Now you can later run full screen. I'm not for the moment. But here's the area we want to run. And you see this base map of the world, this global map of the world. Well, there it doesn't look too bad. But when you zoom in, it's a very poor resolution of the base map. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put in the high resolution base map. And you do that by you go up here to this is your main options button where most options are. Well, and you can close it here. Okay, close it here, say. Okay, so this will like hide that little thing and bring it up. That's this bar. So you have a toolbar here, and you also have a toolbar here. And you will be using both. Like today we're going to just use this. We're going to come back and shut this off. Well, let's do it right now. You see display options, enable chart quilting. We're going to be using, for the time being, only one chart. And when you use only one chart, it's definitely better to shut that off. That's important. So for one chart only, just shut that off. Enable chart quilting. I'll come back and illustrate some features of that in a minute. Later, this is where you show currents and tides and things like that. And it's very important when we start using ENCs. We'll come back to this menu here. Here's the main menu we want here. Here's the options, and we want to come over to charts for now. And then in the charts, we want to go to chart downloader. And this is what's new, and I may be discovering this as we do. Download charts, there's nothing there. So next thing, we would add a catalog. And then the catalog that we want for now is this database right here of the these are the base maps. And so where is that going to go? User, documents, charts. Oh no, we're in downloads. So let's actually change this. Well, I can change it here if I want to. I can just change this. I can just change this to downloads here. DOWNLOADS, downloads. Okay, so I can do it that way. Or you could go ahead and select, you could just, that's one way to do it. But you're going to have to remember to add this part. So you can go select a folder. You can do it the other way. You can go here to downloads and then here. But now you've got to remember that other folder, this GSHHG. Okay. Yeah, so let's say, okay, cancel. So we've got downloads there, so that's it. So we got the right place, that's where we want it to go. Okay. Now, downloads EHS, and that's right. And then do we need to update? Let's update it. I think you have to update it, but this is certainly not changed. Okay. You see 2017. Okay, so that's it. Now, download charts. Now we're clicking download charts, and here's all of them. We don't really need all of them. We just want the best one. That's this 38 megabyte chart at the bottom. And say download selected, and that means with a check mark. Okay, download selected. So that's downloading now. Normally that doesn't take too long. I'm going to just let it run. And then what will happen is then this will look more like the regular land. Well, maybe I'll pause for a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I just let it run out just a little bit on its own there. Okay, 38.2, because I want everybody to see what happens here when it's done. It looks like it's not. Okay, so now it's done. 5 charts total. Well, I don't know what that means. See, this is why we want to do it. Now, let's just quit and assume we've done it right and just say, okay. Now, oh, it did it. Okay, so it did it. But now, let's just go back here and see how. One of the things, okay. So here we go to chart files, and you see it automatically filled this in. So we've got to, now this is remember, this is charts, this is chart files. Before we were working over here at this end. Now we're at this end, and we don't care anymore why these are checked. It just means it's trying to remind us that we haven't downloaded those, but we don't want them. So we're here, but this is an area here we're going to come to a lot, because we have to always be sure that the program knows where our charts are stored. And it knows now that we've got this here. And now we're going to add, let's see, download and install. See, now we're going to download and install the training chart. And then we're going to have to put it here, and then we're going to have to come back here and tell it where it is. So, okay, so that's all good. Apply. Okay, now we can leave this open or not, it doesn't matter. Let's go back to this what's it called, Edge. Then we again, what was it, sartpath.com navbook, it remembers that. Okay, so now we want this link here. And the picture and this is the same link. So just click this now. Now, okay, so it depends on your browser. Some browsers, when you click it, it will just do what you want. Like Safari will and Firefox will. Chrome may not. Chrome may not do it. So you'll have to then right-click it and then save link as. That's another way to do it. But well, we could do it that way. Let's do that and see what it says. I'll do right-click, save link as, and I want it to go into downloads. Perfect. So I'll just save. Actually, that's good. All right, so that's there. Let's see. That's done. Okay. So now we've got to go into the window. We got to go into this folder, and this is a compressed file. And I used to work with Windows a lot, but I don't very much anymore. I use a Mac, so I'm going to be careful here, and I'm not going to just click things because I don't know how the PCs handle compressed files. These zip files. So let's just go straight to that folder, or maybe I can go here and just say show in folder. Yeah, show in folder. So there's the file. Now what I want to do, this is a zipped file, so I want to, let's see if I right-click this, right-click it, and just say extract all. Okay, that's fine. Extract all. And then I don't want to go in another folder. I'm just going to take that off of there, right, and just go straight to the downloads, extract. Let's see what that does. Okay. Yes, because see, often what happens when you say extract all, it creates another folder, and we don't want another folder. So here's the charts we want. I open it up. Yeah, that's all the charts we want right there. This thing is the zip file that it came in. We don't need that anymore. So that's there. And so, but we do want this chart inside of our folder. So let me see if I can drag that and put it in there. Okay, I did. Okay, so now we have one, downloads. You could do downloads or documents or somewhere, but downloads, charts. I usually put it, well, this is another digression here. I put mine usually in the downloads because I don't back up my downloads folder. I don't back up the downloads, and the charts are you get 1,000 charts in there, 100 charts, and you start getting a lot of real estate that you don't want to bother backing up all the time. So anyway, if you put them in places not backing up, or you could tell not to back it up. But anyway, so okay, so there we go. That's everything. Now let's go run that chart. Okay, so that's done. That's done. we're done here with that. Now, oh, the program's still open. That's fine. So we go up here to the options, go to charts, and now we're going to add a directory. Add a directory, and we want to add that one right there. Remember, it's adding a directory, not adding a chart. So we don't want to go inside that and where the charts are. We want to just add that folder. Okay, select that folder. So that's there, and then apply. Okay, so now that red outline shows where the chart's located. So that's all good to go. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is with this program and with others, it may not show the chart till you get zoomed kind of like way in there or something like that. But what you can do, this is called the chart bar down here, and you can, whenever you see this chart bar, and look, that's a default. I didn't set it. You haven't seen me set anything yet. Excuse me, you did. We came over here and we said enable chart quilting, and we shut that off. And that's the way you want it off. But I haven't done anything else. So this thing is here, so you just click that and you'll load your chart. So there the chart is loaded. Now what do we got here? Load and download, shut off the quilting. We've done that. Read the Lat-Lon from the cursor. Now you can do that a couple ways. Let's just do it for now. Maybe in the next video I'll do a little fancier way. Right now, if you look down here at the bottom on the taskbar at the bottom, you'll see the latitude and longitude being read out. It's also reading out, it looks like the range and bearing to the boat. And we don't know where the boat is. But let's get the boat up here where we care about. So you just right-click it and move boat here. Now the boat just looks like this yellow icon here, but when you zoom in it looks like this. Now this program has some sophisticated features. One of the sophisticated features, and we're not going to do it now, but we can go in there and actually put a vector shape that's our actual vessel, the right beam, the right length, the right shape. So we can do all that later. So when we zoom way in like this, like we're practicing docking, we're practicing docking on some docks, or we're meeting up with another vessel, we'll be looking at our real vessel size. We'll even say where the GPS is located on the boat, which always matters. Anyway, but for now we're not bothering with those details. We got a boat, and so this is now looking at this number down here is range and bearing from the boat. You see, here's 7 miles over there, but we don't care about that. Okay, so that's all set up now. Then the next thing, the last thing, there's two things. One is I just want to show, and you'll read about it or practice with it. I can right click, and is it measure here? Measure, see, with the M. That means M key. But I can also do it here, and then this is just a way to measure things, right? And then escape ends it. Like if I want to know the distance across this bay here, and I'm just rolling the mouse to do this zooming. You can do plus or minus, you can roll the mouse. But if I want to know the width of this bay, I can just hit the M key, go from here to here, and that's it. You see, that's 1.41 miles. That's a direction of 153 true. 150. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. What is that? 183. Okay, let me just do this again. M, click it here and come down. Yeah, that's 0.5 and 180, direction 180. Right, that's right. Okay, so that's the way that works. We have, in later lessons, we have different ways. You can make a one-legged route, which is a better way to do that, but that's just a quick way to do it. The other thing we want to do is we use magnetic variation, and on this chart, so we have to, this chart is an old chart, and we want to be sure we don't use their most recent features. So let's go to plugins. Let's go to plugins, and this is enabled. See, this is World Magnetic Model. That's a really nice feature. We'll come back and discuss it later, but we don't want it now. We want to shut that off. We want to shut that off so we can apply like that. Then we can go back to display, and it's under units, and magnetic, show true bearings. So you can stick with all true bearings if you like. That's the way it's set up now. It's just, in other words, if I go here and hit an M key here, oh wait, I have to, okay. So I hit an M key here. See, I'm reading 112, it's just 112 period, doesn't say anything, 112. And meters. Oh, that's in meters, that's interesting. When did it switch to miles? Oh, it's all meters. Okay, I gotta fix that. Okay, so that's 120, and that's true. But you can go here, display units, depth, distance, nautical miles. I wonder if that defaults to meters. That's interesting. Speed in knots, depth in feet, you can change that. Degrees and decimal minutes, that's a normal way we do that. And true bearings. Now, you can also show true and magnetic, both, or just magnetic. And then we want to put in here 20.0. That's a variation we're using, and it's east, so it's just plain 20.0. But let me show you something. If you put in both and say OK, now you just do like here to here. You see, wait a minute. You see what you get. You get two numbers there on the left. You get 104, which is the true, and then the 88, which is, it's interesting. It should be 20 plus. We just set it at 20. So that should be not 104. Okay, so something's not right. Something's not right. Okay, let's go back to our settings and see what happened there. You see, because 80 plus 20 is 100 units. And so we did 20.0, show magnetic. And I got to be sure that magnetic variation, it sounds like we didn't get the magnetic variation, we didn't get the plug-in shut off. So I'm going to cancel and go back here to plugins, to this guy. No, it's disabled. See, it's disabled. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to close. Sometimes, whenever you see something weird, I would just say shut it off and start it again. Okay, and now let me just do M. Not responding, it means it's not warmed up yet. Again, keep in mind I'm in the virtual machine. It takes a while. Okay, you see now it's working right. The difference between those two numbers is 20. You gotta, even though these are computers and they're all supposed to be super cool and everything, and they are usually, but you see just a while ago something was not right. Something, it was making a mistake. And we've got to keep thinking with our own minds what's going on. We just set that variation at 20 degrees. So the difference between true and magnetic has to be 20, 20.0. Now it is, so everything's okay. Again, the guideline would be if anything doesn't look right or strange, step one, shut it off, turn it back on, and check it again. All right, that's all I'm going to do for now. That's our introduction, and we get those main things going. We have a lot to learn with this amazing program. It'll do tons of very interesting and exciting things.